I have maybe overestimated the amount of books I'm planning to read in May. There's a good chance for that. Hello everyone, today I'm here to share with you my May TBR. As always, I think I'm going to read a lot of these books, but I'm not sure. May's a busy month for me. A lot of things are happening in my life, hopefully, knock on wood. Hopefully so. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read all of these. I'm gonna really try though. I am joining in on one readathon that is running for 2 weeks in May from the 13th to the 27th, I believe. It's called the Shelf Love Crate Readathon. I've done a whole video all about it. You can see that right here. I delve into more about my TBR. I'll share with you again what books I'm planning to read for that TBR, but I'm also reading some other books that I'll share with you today. I think it's like 10 or 11. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna do these by genres because that's how I roll. The first 3, and I always do them like in master reviews too as well, just so you know. The first 3 are all adult rom-com, chiclets, you know, my jam pretty much. And these 3 are also new releases coming out this month as well. The first one is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This is the second book in the companion series called The Kiss Quotient. And this book, you follow a character named Kai, and basically his mom brings home a bride for him from Vietnam, so he has to deal with that. He's also on the autism spectrum, so I'm really excited to read this because Helen Huang is also on the spectrum herself, and The Kiss Quotient really represented that. And, you know, my son has autism, so any chance I can read more about spectrum books and just read about somebody else that's on the spectrum, I'm highly up for it because, you know, it's very real in my life. I deal with it every single day, so I love to see more expanded upon it and it getting more representation 100%. And her books are just freaking phenomenal. Next one is Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. This one comes out, I don't know. No, this one actually already is out. My bad. But this one, I don't know anything about. I think it's about 2 people that knew each other, but then they do a meet cute again, which is meet cute is when basically you meet in like a really cute romantic way. Never had that happen in my life, but you know, whoever else has, great for you. But that's all I know about that, and that's all I'm okay with knowing. Rom-coms, I really just, give me romance, give me comedy, I'm good. And the last one that's in the rom-com genre is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So excited for this one. This one is all about a girl named Olive and her sister. Her twin sister is getting married, so she's obviously the maid of honor, and she's paired with the best man a lot, and she loathes the best man. She just can't stand him. And then basically, I think the night before the wedding or somewhere close around then, they have food, everyone eats it but Olive and the best man, and everybody gets food poisoning. So what happens is her sister cannot go on her own honeymoon because she's sick. So they're like, hey, why don't we send Olive and the best man because they're not sick? And so they have to go on this honeymoon and pretend that they are in love and happy, and Olive is finding it really easy to go into that lie, and so she's starting to feel like, hey, maybe I have feelings for this guy that I hate. So I love a good hate to love trope. I love a good like fake relationship trope, so I am here for it. I love Christina Lauren books, so I am very excited to read it. And if this doesn't get you in the summer vibes, I don't know what does. The next 3 are also YA contemporary books, and they are also all new releases. The first one being Again But Better by Christine Riccio, who is a booktuber. I think hers comes out May 20th, 21st. I'm not 100% sure, but I am definitely reading it. It's all about a character named Shane who is going to college and does really well in college, but she doesn't have a very big personal life. She doesn't have a lot of friends. She doesn't have a big love life. So when the opportunity arises to study abroad in England, she decides, hey, why not? I'm gonna go, I'm gonna live life, I'm gonna do adventures and meet a guy and do all these things, and that happens and more, I think, in this book. So I'm excited for it. I love a good travel YA book, and I'm just really excited for Christine in general, so I am so excited to read her book. I can't wait. Then we have There's Something About Sweetie by Sanaa Menon. I love her books. They're super cute. This one is about a character named Sweetie who is a great track star. She's happy, she's plus size, but her parents like want her to have a love life. We also have a character named Anish who also parents want him to have a love life, so they decide, hey, let's just get together and fake being together to make our parents happy. But as always, you can guess what's gonna happen. Maybe fake feelings become real feelings. Either way, I love it. I love this is going to be about a plus size character because I'm plus size, obviously. So more representation, the better. I'm so excited to read it. Lastly, for YA Contemporary, I have Somewhere Only We Know by Maureen Gu. This one comes out, I don't know when, but May. This one is all about this K-pop singer who is in America to do a late night talk show, think like Jimmy Fallon, and she's stuck in her hotel. She goes out, tries to go out for some food, and then she meets a guy who is also like running this gossip site, or he's like doing paparazzi for extra money, and then I think it's about their one night together. I don't know. Maringu's books are just really super cute and really fun. That's all I need to know. I know I don't ever tell you really detailed much about chick lit or like contemporaries because they're just, I mean, they're formulaic a lot of times, but if they're just cute and about love, that's all I need. So forgive me on that. I will give you more information when I read them, I promise. The last 5 books I'm reading for the Shelf Love Crate readathon. This one I'm worried about the most because there's some big books sitting here and I'm gonna read them in 2 weeks. I don't know. So we'll just have to see. They're all YA fantasy. Time will tell if I read them. So first up, we have Crown of Feathers by Nikki Paul Prieto. All I know about this is it's about 2 sisters that ride phoenixes and they're both like against a war or something like that. I've heard good things about it, so I'm intrigued by it, but it's freaking long. Yeah, it's almost 500 pages. No big deal. No big deal. Also have Kingsbane by Claire Legrand. This is the 2nd book in the Furyborn series. And I read Furyborn last year and I didn't love it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5, but looking back on it, being more 3 out of 5. But I'm not gonna lie to you. One character really I enjoyed more than the other one, which I think made my love lessen for it, obviously. So I'm reading the 2nd book, like I'm reading the 2nd book for that character and the romance. I was really into it. So I'm hoping to love this one. Again, this is a really big book. This is almost 600 pages. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Like, I don't want to be disappointed because this is a feat of a book. Like, this long. So I haven't heard many reviews about this book, but I am hopeful yet very skeptical. Then I'm also reading Aurora Rising, Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. That's right, the famous duo who wrote the Illuminae Files, one of my favorite series of all time. This is about like the space cadet and like a space team, and this guy has to recruit this girl named Aurora who's like pinned dead in space or like been asleep in space for forever, and then they team up together. I don't know much about it. I'm sorry. A lot's going on right now, so I haven't done research on books. But I will say the reviews of this have not been the best. I think people are comparing it very heavily to the Illuminae Files, and I can't say that I disagree with them because I think when you have a book like the Illuminae Files and then you also write another book that's sci-fi within the same genre, you're gonna compare it to that. So I don't know. I'm very skeptical about this one, probably about all of these books. I'm skeptical about this one the most because of that, but time will tell. Again, this is a very long one. Almost 500 pages. I don't know what I'm thinking, but thinking a lot of things apparently. Then I have The Devouring Grave by Christine Lynn Herman. I'm buddy reading this with Amy and Trina, I believe. I'm also buddy reading a couple with Amy from A Quarter Crowns of Quills as well. I love buddy reading. But this one I've heard is pitched like Riverdale meets Stranger Things meets Vampire Diaries, which I'm good for all those things. I haven't seen Vampire Diaries, but the other 2 I have. This one basically is about like this town, and like there's this monster in the woods, and a new girl coming to live in this town, and basically her ancestors founded the town, and she meets a couple of friends that also ancestors found the town, so they decide to team up together to try to find this beast in the woods apparently. I don't know. I've heard mixed things about this. I've heard a lot of people compare it to The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw, which I loved, so I really have high hopes for this. I hope it does not let me down. We'll have to see, honestly. And the last one is Warrior of the Wild by Trista Levenseller. All I know about this one, it is about a Viking girl, and yeah, she basically is trained her whole life to become a warrior and lead her village, and then she has to do a coming-of-age trial, and it's sabotage, and she fails her test. Her father banishes her to the monster-filled wilderness with an impossible quest to win back her honor. She must kill the oppressive god who claims tribute from the villages each year or die trying. That sounds very interesting to me. She also wrote The Daughter of the Pirate King, which I have not read, so these, like the 6 YA contemporary adult ones, I feel fine with. These 5 YA fantasies, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I shall try. I will be vlogging a lot this month, definitely with this readathon, because a lot of life things in the readathon. Stay tuned for that. As always, I will do mashup reviews on every 3 books I read, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, here's to hoping I can read all these books this month. This is the one month where I'm like, it's definitely not gonna happen, but if it does, I will be so impressed with myself. I'm just gonna say that. Is that bad? I don't know. Either way, I would love to hear what you're reading in May. If you're reading any of the same things as me, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.